baked battlefield.
We're on. We're doing it live, damn it. So before we get started, something happened to me the other day. Okay. So I do sales for my daytime job, and a client's flying in from Minnesota, and I want to get more work from this guy. And I pick a restaurant. My boss and I get to the restaurant before the guy gets there. The restaurant sucks. We're like, we got to go somewhere else, right? So I'm looking on my phone, food places to eat near us. The guy shows up. I've never met him. I shake his hand, and as I'm shaking his hand, I'm like, "Do you like BJ's?" I'm like, "BJ's is great, you know?" And then I point to my boss. I'm like, "He loves BJ's. He he always gets full from the BJ's." And he's like, what?" I'm like, "The restaurant." He's like, "I've never heard of that." And so I'm like, "Just follow me there," right? So this guy hops in his car. He starts following me, and there's traffic on the freeway, so we're taking all these back roads, and I could just see him in the mirror, like, looking all nervous. Like, are these two guys gonna blow me? Like, how much do they want business, you know? And we get to the restaurant, and my boss is laughing the whole way. We get to the restaurant and pull up, and the guy's not getting out of his car. And we both walk up to the car, and the guy has his pants down. He's like, "All right, BJ's." So I do have a lot of business coming in soon. I was like, "Come on my boss's face, not mine." All right. So
It's hard to get out of the beard.
For sure. I have issues with food. Every time I eat, there's food in there, but it's kind of awesome because when I go sit on the couch, I have like leftovers in my beard. I'm just like looking.
It's the flavor saver, man.
Oh yeah, dude. It's great. It's great.
My
It's awesome.
my ex-wife's uncle, he was this huge human being, just a Viking of a man, and he had this big ZZ Top beard. And we'd go to Maine and get lobster, and he'd eat that lobster like a fucking animal. And he'd get all the lobster and gooey shit in his beard, and then he'd flip his beard up and he would just eat it.
Republican for sure.
No, he was hella liberal. He like loved to smoke weed, and like he was cool as shit. Oh,
Yeah, sounds interesting. Interesting gentleman.
he was. He was. So, did you know that Nicolas Cage did mushrooms with his cat?
Yeah, you act all surprised about that. I'm like, that makes sense. Like now I get him. You know what I mean? But think about it. He's so bored. He's got all the money in the world. He's been everywhere. He's done everything. He's like, what else can I do? All right, let's take psychedelics and hang out with a feline, you know?
Well, he gave them to the cat too.
Oh, the cat's bored too. The cat's indoors, hasn't been outside ever. He eats shit, sleeps. I mean, maybe I should give some to my cat. He's bored, dude. He's fat as hell too. I'm like, maybe he should be outdoor. And they say, your animals take after you. And I'm just looking at him being fat. I'm like, I need to clean up my act. I need to go on a diet for the kid, you know? He's scratching his balls and smelling it. I'm like, oh yeah, he's like me for sure. He's trying to lick himself. I'm like, oh God, he's seen me in the bedroom too many times. I'm like,
Jesus
it was
Christ,
yoga. It was yoga, you perv. I wasn't trying to do that. You know? I wish they made cat underwear. I wish they made cat underwear because this guy, he always has his tail up, and when he's walking, you just see the butthole. Do, 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 do. I'm like, dude, this is gross. And then sometimes, like, poo is hanging out, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Oh, I pulled
Because he
rope
doesn't
out of
shake
Jackie
his
Chan's
ass.
ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We talked about that.
So yeah, I
Smell
figured
like
you would
orange.
know about.
Smell like orange chicken too.
I figured you would know about the mushroom thing because I've never done mushrooms. So um, I just think it's funny, but I figured it would you would have a different appreciation for that.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm gonna watch all his movies now. Yeah, this guy's a degenerate like me. Cool. Um, Speaking of degenerates, I just want to say happy No King's Day, right? Let's
Yes.
get the British out. There's enough British people here. Let's get them out. God, the bad teeth, and they're yelling at the bar. I'm like, dude, it's not even soccer season. Can you shut the fuck up?
Build a wall in the
You know,
Atlantic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get Greenland so we can bomb them, But I will say I do, appreciate this country with the protests. I remember when they had the Stop Asian Hate, which was
Yep.
awkward for me because, I was bullied by Asians growing up, you know this. And so when I went to the Stop Asian Hate rally, um, it was awkward because I had a T-shirt with a line through an Asian guy's face, and they're like, "No, no, 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 no." I did every rally I've been to for like other races. It's always white people, you know. It's always white people standing up for other races. I went to a Stop Asian Hate rally, and it was no Asian people there. I'm like, what are we doing? Can we go to IHOP? You know, can I find a veteran I could take to IHOP and get free pancakes? Like, come on, dude. This is this is this is brutal.
Oh
And I'll
man.
say this too, the people know I do stand-up comedy, and anytime I do a race-based joke, the race joke I'm doing, that race is always laughing in the audience, and the white lady is always mad. She's always like, "He can't say that." No. I'm like, well, the Asian guy's laughing at the Asian accent. How about you take the rope out your ass, Jackie Chan's mother, and, cool it. Cool it.
I would
That's
say that
horrible.
that's probably usually true, except for that time at Tommy T's when that lady came up to you and she's like, "You still here? I'm surprised after all the shit you said." I was like, "Oh, what are you about to get his ass beat?"
I don't know. People forget it's comedy too. It's like I don't say anything super outlandish. You know what I mean? I'm not going up there and saying
Right.
the N word. I gotta be a little further on
Right.
in my comedy career before I do that. But yeah, yeah, dude. People are weird. People they go to a comedy show and then they take everything you say serious. Like, oh, this guy actually believes it and he actually does this. It's like, no, the whole
Right.
thing
Yeah.
is saying something outrageous to get a laugh out of you. You know what I mean? And
Exactly. Yeah.
people get dragged to comedy shows like couples where one of the couples wants to go and the other one just wanted to go to dinner and then go play with their belly button in the bed. And you
Yeah.
know, they're at the show with their arms crossed, and it's not fun. So hopefully tonight
Yeah.
I'm running a show tonight, first one at this venue, and I'm hoping we don't have any of those whites. I'll have to kick them out, you know. And I should do that. I should do a no white comedy show. I want people that know how to laugh. I want people, you know what I
You
mean?
just
No white ladies.
you
No
just
white
lost
ladies.
MAGA
Just
again.
no white ladies. You know what I mean? Just white men and every other race. No Swedish people. I hate the Swedes. That IKEA. Fuck you. Oh, it's cheap. It's a cheap dresser, and then none of the screws match up, and you screw it in, and it cracks the wood. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Oh my God. So do you want to talk about history?
No, no, no. Yeah, no, no, no. Hey, I was on I went on I should be a little quiet because my son's in the other room. Um I went to go look at porn the other day and my hand was shaking, right? And I accidentally typed in porn hug, and there's a whole genre of just people hugging. I'm like, dude, people are sick. People are weird, dude. I'm a normal person.
That's
I
a
like
bit,
doggy style.
dude.
Okay.
That's a fucking bit,
That's a bit.
man.
I know. Okay. I'll write that down. Okay.
All right. Well, you're trying to figure out how to spell that. Um, let's
That with an H.
bits, bits. So, hello everybody. Welcome to Baked Battlefield. Sorry for that detour we went on.
We're
I'm
drunk
Daddy
driving
History.
here.
That's
We're
Alex
drunk.
Comedy.
We turned when we shouldn't turn.
Um, it's exactly. We're a long way from Albuquerque. So, the history part of today is a really, really epic one. I'm really excited to talk about this one. This is April 6th, 46 BCE. This is the Battle of Thapsus. Okay. This one is incredible. So in 46 BC, on the North African coast, two Roman armies faced each other in one of the final battles of the Roman Republic. One side was fighting to save the Republic, the other side was Julius Caesar. And somewhere on this battlefield, there were war elephants. So I have to say this out loud because
Oh,
my followers get emotional when it comes to war elephants. There are war
are we
elephants,
talking
people.
about? Are we talking about animals or fat women people are writing?
Jesus Christ.
I
Animals.
love a good elephant, though. I love a good elephant. I love.
So,
I'm pro.
for those that have been following me for a while, you know how bad the elephant ones are. I will continue to bring it up. I will mention the elephants. If there's any elephant uh moida, I will preface it so you can emotionally brace. But yeah, this is the Battle of Thapsus. Now, Thapsus, uh, Thapsus, Thapsus.
Isn't that when your asshole collapses?
That's a prolapse.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Please, I never want one. Please. Oh, my cat gets one
No,
now. I'm
no,
sick of
no.
looking at that thing.
So Thapsus
I heard Nicolas
was
Cage
an
has one, and his
ancient.
cat.
Oh, Thapsus was an ancient North African coastal city located in modern day Boukalta, Tunisia. And it was established, I mean, as was almost all the colonies in northern Africa, it was established by the Phoenicians, which came from current day Lebanon. And then it was later integrated into the Roman Empire after the Punic Wars. And it became a notable port and trading center. And this becomes the site of this battle, right? In 46 BCE, where Julius Caesar is going up against what are called the Optimates, the forces of the Optimates during Rome's civil wars. And that's what we're going to talk about today, son.
Why'd
Okay,
you do
so
black
that's where we're at.
voice?
I don't know, man.
North Africa, NA.
Exactly. They speak French there. I should have done it in a French accent. Um,
Did the war happen on Martin Luther King Boulevard?
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no. Uh, was there a lot of
God.
flies there?
Oh my God. Oh my God. So this one is this is um this is a civil war. This is Rome fighting Rome once again. Okay. Um and the Romans don't like when Romans fight each other because it's usually pretty fucking bad. Um
Yeah.
so uh I mentioned that this was a part of Caesar's civil war. Okay. Very, 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 very famous, almost legendary conflict because after Caesar takes Gaul, the people that he is ruling alongside, the triumvirate is what we call it, with Pompey and another guy who really doesn't matter. They get jealous
Poor
of
guy.
how
he fought and like died and shit. You're like, fuck him. I'm not gonna say his name. It doesn't matter. Poor guy. Sorry out there.
I mean, it was Lepidus. Oh no! That's the
Oh
second
god.
triumvirate. The first triumvirate. So it's the first triumvirate is Julius Caesar, Pompey, and Crassus. And both
Okay.
Pompey and Crassus turn on Julius Caesar because they're basically jealous of his influence and control. So they give Julius Caesar an order in 49 BC, and they say, "Listen, we're going to end your tenure as a commander of the military, make you a civilian. You come back home as a civilian alone, and then we'll figure out where you fit into the government." And Julius Caesar says, "Bet." And he marches back to Rome with
He did
all of
not
his
say that.
legions.
He did not say that. He did not say bet. Stop it. Fire. Fire.
Fire. Oh, watch. This is going to be fire. So as he crosses into Italy, then it sends him another message and says, "Do not cross the Rubicon. If you cross the Rubicon River, we will consider that an act of war." So Julius Caesar crosses the Rubicon, and that's where that term comes from. That's where that adage comes from. Crossing the
Do you
Rubicon
speak
is
Chinese? I told you not to do this.
they cross the Rubicon. This is where it means like you've reached the point of no return. All right. And Caesar's civil war begins. And it was a decisive conflict between Caesar and a senatorial faction led by Pompey the Great. It rages for 4 years, 49 to 45 BC. And there's a lot of really important battles. You have the Battle of Ilerda, the Battle of Dyrrhachium, Pharsalus, Munda, and then which I did in my live not too long ago. And then the other one, of course, is this battle, the Battle of Thapsus, right? And the outcome of all of this will change history forever. And everything we're experiencing today is tied to that civil war and this battle. Um,
I knew Trump
so
was Roman. I knew it. I knew it.
he's so not Roman. Oh my God. Okay, so staying in that vein, a quick kind of timeline of Caesar's civil war. Caesar conquers Gaul. Senate gets afraid of him. He crosses the Rubicon River in 49 BC. Civil war begins. Caesar defeats Pompey at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48. Pompey flees to Egypt and tries to make an alliance with the pharaoh, which is Cleopatra's brother, and he gets his head cut off and sent to Julius Caesar.
He's like, I'll give you.
And then
He's like Epstein. He's like Epstein. I'll give you 15 boys. Let's just cut it out. You know.
I mean, Cleopatra was married to him. The Egyptians and the Ptolemies they would marry brother and sister to keep the line pure. That's why like King Tut was all fucked up. So after
I don't know why he's half retarded. Yeah, this is why we don't bang our relatives. You know?
Why is one leg 1 foot long and the other one is 3 feet long? Can't imagine why.
Why is his fingers like this?
So after Pompey gets executed, Senate loyalists regroup in North Africa. Now, quickly, I want to talk a little bit more about the Rubicon River, just because I'm a bio nerd and I want to talk about it. So the Rubicon River, it goes up into the foothills of the Apennines mountains near Sogliano a Rubicone. It flows northeast through Romagna, the plain of Romagna, before it reaches the Adriatic south of Gatteo. The current day river is more of a stream. It's called the Fiume Rubicone. That's the actual like name of it. And it goes through the towns of Roncofredo, Savignano sul Rubicone, and Cesena. And it's a decent size.
You sound like me when I'm trying to order off an Italian menu. Like, I just point at it. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this.
I thought you'd appreciate it because you're half Italian. So it's, I mean, at its widest, it's probably 3 meters wide. So it's not huge, but it's modest size.
That's how I talk about it to the ladies. It's modest size, yeah. The modest mouse, you know.
But it's the thing that I love about it is if you had no context of anything, it's just another stream, right? But because of what happened in 49 BC, this little river carries incredibly symbolic weight in world history. And that's why I had to talk about it a little bit more. But
you're like, can you get off of me? This is a significant amount of weight. You going on Ozempic? History? History's heavy. History's heavy, dude. Get off of me.
That's how it was.
Uncle.
Oh, man.
Where'd that term come from? Remember that when you were a kid and someone would sit on you, say uncle. I'm like, I don't want to know where that came from. Uncle.
God, I can't even imagine. Oh, let's see. Google says the phrase "say uncle" in like the sense of surrendering it likely stems from the 1800s Irish English roots or Roman traditions. And it comes from the Irish word. It comes from the Irish word anico, meaning mercy. Or it comes from the Latin phrase patrue mi patruissimi, which means uncle, my best of uncles, which was used by children pleading for mercy. That is horrific.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole. I prefer ant. Ant. I get the ant in here. If we're gonna do
So
this, no
Thapsus
uncle,
is
no uncle.
no uncles, no uncle. Um, so Thapsus is not the beginning of this civil war, right? It's
Okay.
closer to the end game, right? They've lost Pompey the Great, who was a magnificent general and was once allied with Julius Caesar. Um, and now his son is taking up the reins alongside some other really big names in history, and that's what I'm going to talk about right now. Okay.
Can't
But with
wait.
the death of Pompey, this is very quickly becoming a downhill slope for the Republicans. Um, Now the Republican side, the Senate faction, okay, is led by a guy um, by the name of Metellus Scipius. Scipio, not Scipius.
Oh no. Oh God. What a
Scipio.
name. Oh gosh. He got bullied a
Well, the
lot.
Scip.
He got bullied a lot. He was a
So
weird kid.
the
Scipio.
the Scipios were actually an incredibly famous um, family going back to the Punic Wars. Uh, Metellus Scipio was born to Publius Cornelius Scipio Nasica and Licinia, and he traced his descent from the one of the best generals in history, Scipio Africanus, who beat Hannibal during the Second Punic War. Okay,
Oh
essentially
dude,
bringing
if
Africa under
if I
Rome.
was a if I was a black dude, I would totally call myself Africanus. Oh my God. That is so dope.
Yeah, he's literally like he's probably a top five general in history. Like he is up there
Wow.
with Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar. Yeah, he was phenomenal. Um,
Never heard of him.
so
Really great. Never made a movie
great.
about him. Never, I've never seen a movie about him, but Caesar, Alexander. I was I was named after
So
Alexander the
this,
Great, and then then I found out he was gay. I'm like, come on, mom, what the hell? Is that
well,
what
he
you
was
think of me?
bisexual.
Gay.
He was married to a woman, but yeah.
Come on, just say it. I mean, it's all right.
I mean,
A hole's a
he was
hole. A
married
hole's
to
a
the.
hole.
Jeez.
We fight for the
I
holes.
have to tell my mom. I have to tell my mom, don't watch like the 27th minute of this video.
Oh, please. I keep this hidden from my family. Oh, God. I hate that our family's on social media, by the way. I'll post clips and
I
then I'll have
know.
a aunt put a shocking face on the comment. I'm like, this isn't for you. I didn't get into comedy for you. All right? Jeez. God.
I know. My mom will send like little like cute hearts and shit to my reels. I'm like, Ma, you killing the vibe. Um, so this Scipio that we're talking about, Metellus Scipio, he gets adopted. It's called a testamentary adoption by Quintus Caecilius Metellus Pius. And this is the Pontifex Maximus, who is he's
Jeez.
a commander. And he's also the
Those,
consul in 80 BC. Okay, so 40 years
those,
before where we're at now.
I could see why we changed the names at Ellis Island. What's your name? Maximus Tamadus. Tamadus. No, you're Daniel now. All right.
We're gonna call you Quinn, all right? That's it. You get three fucking names, not 5. Okay.
Scipio, that's gay. Your name's Skip, all right?
We were fucking terrible. We are terrible. Americans are just terrible.
Oh, we should
Oh
burn
my
down the
God.
country. Yeah, yeah, give it back to the Native Americans. This is brutal. Yeah, shame to be American.
I mean, that's not a terrible
Horrible.
idea. That's not a terrible idea.
Stop it. All right, I like where I live. All right, I'm not going to a TP. All right, I'm not moving to England. I'm
Jesus
not sorry.
Christ.
And Mega's back.
Yep, they're
Hello,
here
gents.
in force.
Hello, gents.
And you know it's only
Let's go
gents because
Storm.
they don't let their women on the internet. So, by being adopted into
Oh, it's
I
hilarious.
thought you would like that.
That's hilarious. And rightly so. Yeah, they shouldn't be. Yeah.
Uh,
5 inches is average, all right? Don't look it up, all right? You're not allowed on the internet.
so, by joining Pius's family, he becomes part of Rome's most influential houses. Okay, he combines the Scipio name with the Pius name, and it interweaves these two like ancient lineages. And his daughter Cornelia later married Pompey, and that cemented
Oh,
their alliance, right? Okay, so that's one of the commanders during Thapsus for the Senate faction. The other one, very famous name, is Cato the Younger. Okay,
I like that.
yeah, he's. I actually am really fascinated with Cato, both Catos actually, but Cato
And
the
not Asian,
Younger.
huh? Not
No,
Asian?
no,
Huh.
absolutely not Asian. He was born in Rome.
I thought Cato,
He
I
is
thought, yeah, no, I thought Cato was an Asian name. Huh, interesting.
no Cato, Cato.
Next, you're gonna tell me there's a
So
guy from Rome named Chow Mein. Oh, really? Okay. Where are you getting your facts? Wikipedia?
I have my sources if you want them. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
OnlyFans.
so Cato the Younger served as military tribune in Macedonia, and
Mhm.
then as it's called a quaestor, overseeing the treasury, where he strictly enforced financial integrity, which gained him a lot of admiration, but it also gained him a lot of enemies. Then he became tribune of the plebes in 62 BC, and he supported executing the conspirators of something called the Catelyn conspiracy, which opposed
Oh,
Caesar's call to just give them life in prison. Okay. Um, Cato then would go on to obstruct the first triumvirate, which was again Caesar, Pompey, and Marcus Licinius Crassus. And that made Cato the symbolic guardian of senatorial authority. All right. So he is
uh-huh.
here fighting during this battle. And Cato is important because he is that hardcore defender of the Republic. All right. He is as anti Caesar as you can get. This dude is anti Caesar to the core. And he really is a
Big
symbol
ranch guy.
of the old. Ranch guy. Oh, I have ranch, dude. Oh, I have ranch. I have pizza, I have carrots, and I have ranch. I'm about to
That's not
fuck
a
that
ranch.
up. Why does it smell like bleach?
Uncle.
Ant.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Um, Cato is the symbol of the old Roman Republican system. Okay, so he's really important. It's important that he is here at Thapsus. Cato hated Caesar like a man who knew exactly what was coming. Okay. So the other cat, right? That's the Republican side. Then we got the other side. And this is Chaboy boy, right?
The Dems. Uh,
It's
we
Julius
get it.
Caesar.
You want rights for everyone. You get it. You want rights for everyone. We totally get it. All right. Let them in.
So
It's all right.
yeah, absolutely. Let him in. I mean, you could
Only the
literally
hot ones.
you could
Only the
talk.
hot ones. Turn the ugly ones away. And the children are annoying. Don't let the children in. They run over my feet in the grocery store with the carts.
Oh
Don't
my
let the uncles
God.
in. Just the ants. Let the ants
Just
in.
the ants.
Are
Oh
you an
shit.
ant? Okay, come on
Do you
in.
want ants?
Just a bunch of uncles with like wigs on. Oh, I'm an ant.
Are you an ant or an aunt? Because there's a difference.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And don't touch their hair.
One shows up with like a bonnet and like, oh, everything's wonderful and very prim and proper. The other one will like smoke cigarettes with you.
Oh,
So, I mean, Caesar could have his own like entire, podcast. Like he is, we know enough about him and his entire life. Another guy that was bisexual, by the way. And his life is inspired things that from the moment he was assassinated to this very day, it's inspired plays and books and movies, and I mean it just goes on and on and on. I mean it's inspired governments. It's where we get the term czar, like the czar of Russia, right? That's from
yeah.
Caesar. Kaiser Wilhelm. They based all of that off of Caesar. So, of course, Shakespeare, the tragedy of Julius Caesar. I have a Julius Caesar quote tattooed on my leg. It really,
On my
his
ass.
life.
Tried to get a tattoo to my dick, but it was too long.
Yeah. I love the Shakespeare play though, man, because it dramatizes Caesar's fall, and the moral like conflicts of tyranny and loyalty and all these things. It's really, really good. But his name, his writings, basically everything we know about the Gallic Wars that he fought comes from his writings, right? They're a tremendous study. It's a great read. And he also enacted reforms that remain central to Western political and literary heritage. So he changed the calendar. It's the Julian calendar, right? So like
All right.
he is one of the few men in.
Is he the asshole that started daylight savings time?
No, that was in like the 1920s or something. There was like an international push for daylight savings.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah. So anyway, Caesar really is like, he's one of the few men in history that has really affected, like, he's not even a generational kind of subject. He's a millennial subject. He crosses through millennia um in his
And he
influence.
blames his
So it's
parents for all of his
he's
problems.
well, he was adopted, right? Um
Millennial.
oh no, that was Scipio. um
Yeah. So what happened,
you
guy?
know, and it's so Caesar has a very experienced army. They just conquered basically all of Western Europe and parts of Britain. These are veteran legions, and honestly, by this point in April of 46, they're politically just unstoppable, right?
So
By
I'm
this
picking them on
point,
I'm picking them on Prize Picks to win this war.
yeah, you know what? Considering I know you don't know what happens, that's a pretty good guess.
Minus 500 the win. Small payout though. It's a
You
small
got
payout, but it's an easy win.
you got to stop gambling. um by this point, Caesar's army isn't just good. They are professional warriors. They are as good as it gets, right? Now, I mentioned there were elephants, okay? Yes. There were elephants. The Republican Army had war elephants from that neighborhood, the North African elephants, and they were
Mhm.
used to break Roman infantry formations. All right, and it really, nothing says Roman Civil War like bringing fucking elephants. After
They're
they,
like this.
after
They're like
Hannibal,
this. They're like taking mushrooms with their cat, and they're like, maybe we should use elephants in the war. You know? Yeah. Get me
oh my god.
an Indian on the phone. Get me an Indian on the phone. We're gonna get this started.
I'm convinced that religion, if we hadn't started eating mushrooms, there'd be no religion. I 100% think that religion is like just somebody gets like totally smoked on mushrooms and is like, whoa, dude, like there's a snake that holds the entire ocean together, bro. And like, it's like, ah! Jet,
Or
jet.
how about just being in the desert with no air conditioning and not that much water? You're gonna be thinking of some crazy shit.
That's
You're
true.
gonna be
You'll be
uh there's a bush on
you'll be
fire. Like,
hallucinating too.
dude, drink some water. There's not a bush on fire. All right, please.
That's pretty good.
He did
Oh my
not
god.
part the sea. There was a boat. All right, just chill, dude. You were on a boat. You know, you need help. You need to go to rehab in Rome.
Oh my god. Rehabilitus. Oh my
He
god.
has risen. No, that's just a guy that looks like him. They all kind of look the same, you know. They
It's
all
the,
are
it's
dirty
the
with long
wrong
hair and
cave, you
beards, you know.
jackass.
We're in North Africa, actually, you stupid fuck.
Oh my god.
So the
Woo!
elephants,
Okay.
the elephants are crashing in, they're causing chaos. Can you imagine being on the front line and you're like, it's just gonna be maybe a little difficult of a battle, but let's go for it. And then all of a sudden you see elephants. You know there were some people like, yeah, fuck this, and they drop the spear and shield.
Yeah.
I would have for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly the point, right? The whole point is to terrify the infantry and break them apart, because if they don't have those disciplined lines, then they have way less protection and there's no coordination, right? So you can easily pick them apart. That's the whole point.
Oh,
And so the
and
battle.
I'm sure they pissed off the elephants before sending them in, like just doing your mama jokes, like your mama's so fat, your tusks are small. Oh, you call yourself a man? Yeah, come on. Was it cold outside?
Not North Africa. So let's talk about the battle. April 6th, 46 BCE. The armies line up outside of Thapsus. Republican forces attempt to use elephants on Caesar's flank. But Caesar was a masterful strategist and tactician. So he tells his troops to use horns, missiles, which in the day would have been like javelins, right? And
Right.
just excessive noise. So banging on shields, throwing rocks, anything that's going to make noise. And that will panic the elephants. And when elephants panic, and this goes all the way back to Alexander the Great, okay? When elephants panic, they don't run toward the thing that panics them. They rear up, they turn the fuck around, and they go back the way they came, right? Makes a lot of sense. The problem is the elephants are in the front. So if they turn around and stampede, they're stampeding right over your own guys, right? And that's exactly what fucking happens. Like, hey, that doesn't look like his ass anymore.
and just alone, their
this
poops
is another
are gigantic.
thing that is exactly.
They're running you over, and you're like they're running over, and you're like this, and you're like, oh man, I can't believe I survived that, and they're just sitting over you, and you just see, kill me now, kill me. Oh no!
This is all you see.
Uncle.
Oh God. Oh my God.
So who won? Who won?
And just like listen, motherfucker, I'm getting there. So just like with Alexander in battles in Arabia, when the elephants panic, the battle is basically decided. Okay? The Republican line collapses. As you can imagine, a bunch of elephants just fucking ran through it. And then Caesar's veterans advance, right? They see that destruction, that chaos, and they advance into those gaps. Once that
it's
happens,
like Black Friday. It's like Black Friday in Arkansas. They're just rushing into Walmart, knocking shit over.
Oh man. And the Republican army breaks.
Wow.
Caesar's men just clean them up. And a ton of
What a
soldiers die trying to
what a cheat
flee the
code.
battlefield.
What a cheat code. I
Oh, for
wonder what
sure.
would have happened
For
if
sure.
they didn't have the elephants. What if they didn't have the elephants?
Great historical, like, theoretical question. Who
Right.
knows, right? Who knows? But it's different, and
What if
that
they listen?
maybe
What if they
that's
listen?
maybe that's the difference.
What if
May-
maybe what if they listen to an idiot and they're like, release the cats? And the cats just run away. They run off the battlefield. That didn't work.
um,
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
so
I mean,
after the route, after after the route, I'm not done. um, they basically they take the area and they just absolutely slaughter anyone who's left once the army has collapsed. And this really stops being a battle and it becomes a rout. It's just wholesale slaughter at this point. In the ancient sources, especially Caesar's, they claim that the Republicans lost 10,000 men,
wow.
which in 46 BC is insane. And on Caesar's side, he lost 50, which, if true, would be one of the most lopsided victories in fucking history.
Well, and
It's
here's my
probably
question.
propaganda.
Here's my question. How do you lose 10,000 people? Did they not have a map?
But
Okay, where do they go? They take the wrong road. Yeah, no, I think Caesar lied.
Is
I
this
think
the highway to hell? Okay.
I think Caesar was like, yeah, just write down 50. Yes, sire. Yes, sire. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he wrote it, right? So,
Right.
but
So
what
he's
it,
like, I was the best. It was magnificent.
it was me.
We
We
won.
lost almost no
We
one.
won. We won the war. Then why are you deploying more people? We won the war.
They want me to be supreme ruler. I said no. But what it does is it shows how one-sided this fight truly was, which it would have been, right? Ancient
Right.
sources exaggerate, but everyone agrees that this was nothing less than a decisive victory for JC, right? Now, you wanted more
Yeah.
information about what happened after the battle, correct? Was that for me?
Yeah.
Or are
We're
you
running
talking to
out
your
of time
kid?
here. No. It's talking to the kid. We're running out of time
Okay.
here.
Okay. Okay. Let me get through this. Then. You
I
wanted
don't
more
mean.
after the fact. So
Yeah.
this is
Uncle.
so this is where the battle becomes world history and not just Roman history. Okay. Cato the Younger. After the defeat, Cato the Younger unalives himself in Utica rather than to live under Caesar's rule. And this becomes a legendary moment in Roman history. Cato's death becomes the symbolic death of the Roman Republic. Because after Thapsus, Caesar will meet Pompey's son at a battle called Munda, the Siege of Munda in Spain. He will win that battle, and that's the end of his civil war. There's nobody left to contest him. And he returns to Rome. And after Thapsus, he now controls the Roman world. And he is declared dictator for life. Oh no. This is the moment
Wow.
Rome effectively stops being a republic. Okay. But wait, there's more.
Is this wait,
Because
are we talking
Caesar
about
went.
that are we talking about then or are we talking about 2026?
Now, that's why I want to tell these stories, dude. This is why I'm telling these fucking stories, man.
We're
Okay.
back with whites with attitude.
Jesus, please don't call us that. That is
That
that
would be
is not.
a great podcast name, and it could go either way. It could be a Republican or it could be a liberal one, you know? Whites with attitude. Aren't you sick of this?
Not-
Or the other way. Yeah, we need to get them out. Come on now. Whites with attitude.
No, man. No. All right.
WWA. Double WA.
What flavor Zin do you have?
I didn't go get the flavored ones this time because the non-flavored ones are cheaper. So I like the Zin Smooth.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, it's plain. It's whatever, you know. Oh
Yeah,
man,
but they're not bad, right?
I did a guest spot on a show in Napa last night, and
Ooh, cool.
it was all rich people. It was at a little winery,
Did you see my
and
ex?
this no. But I did I probably saw some FetLife people you've hung out with, but I did I saw a lot of swingers there. Saw a lot of upside down pineapples, and I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the cake either, you know. Great cake though. That is great cake.
It's a
You
great
like
cake.
that
Yeah,
cake?
it's like really good cake.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So this rich dude was like, "Hey, you and this other comedian want to come to a car club?" You know, I'm like, "Yeah, let's go check
Mhm.
it out." You know, it's you walk. I posted on my story. You walk in. There's a McLaren. There's a Ferrari. There's Lewis Hamilton's race car. There's a fucking DeLorean. There's like an old school Porsche. There's an old school Rolls Royce. Um, it was
Damn, that's
awesome.
wild.
It's just a club you can be a member of, and I guess you can like rent the cars, and it's like 6 grand a
Mhm.
month to be a member. But it was like all you can drink, all you can eat. I was like, can I live here? It was it was really cool. I told the guy, I said, this is the coolest after show party I've been to. Usually it's like a studio apartment with like a girl crying in the corner. I mean, this
Oh
is
God.
you know, it was very elegant and it was cool. Really cool. Napa Valley Car
Um,
Club. Really dope. So,
wow,
but where were
that's
we? Where
awesome.
were we?
So Caesar returns to Rome. Okay, after
Okay.
Thapsus, Caesar now controls the Roman world. He's
Hmm.
declared dictator for life, and this it's indica. It's not because he's bored. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
it's this is the moment Rome effectively stops being a republic. But wait,
Wow.
there's more.
Okay.
Because Caesar wins, Senate loses power.
Wow.
Political enemies fear a return to the Roman kingdom and monarchy. And this leads directly to the assassination of Julius Caesar 2 years later. Okay?
Wow. Yeah.
Thapsus helps Caesar win the war, but winning Thapsus gets him killed. That's the crazy thing, right? So that's what happened afterwards. I know you wanted to hear more about that. And I
Yeah.
think this battle's an important read. I mean, it's studied. It's one of the ones it's widely studied, but I think it's important because it leads to the end of the Roman Republic. It leads to the rise of the Roman Empire. Then you get Augustus, you get the emperors, you get Imperial Rome. I mean, this battle helps end the Roman Republic and eventually creates the Roman Empire. Like, it's just huge
Wow.
historical weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. It's crazy how powerful they are. It's crazy. I hope the guy who came up with the whole elephant thing, I hope he got a raise. That was brilliant idea. I mean, just thinking out of the box. And every battle we've talked to, I mean, some haven't been as great, but this one, and I think you've seen it in some movies, this one would be great in a movie. You know, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
they did have an elephant battle. If I remember, I don't know if it wasn't 300. Maybe it was the Alexander movie.
Mm-mm. It was
Which I've
Alexander
had.
because
Yeah,
he
Colin
had to face
Farrell.
elephants in India.
Colin Farrell. No. How do you make that guy Alexander the Great? Come on, dude. You make a drunk Irish
Yeah, but
guy
Anthony
Alexander the
Hopkins,
Great. Oh, he's great.
right? As Ptolemy.
Yeah.
Anthony
Oh
Hopkins as
my
Ptolemy,
God.
that was so good. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah. They need to do more of these movies. Anything with battles. I don't know what it is. Being a guy, I just love watching fighting. I would be terrified and I hate fighting like myself if I'm in one, but to watch it. Basically what
Well,
I'm
maybe
saying is
that's what happens
I'm a
next, dude.
yeah, I'm a cuck for battles.
Maybe that's what
So
happens. Like, you're a cut for battles. Well, maybe that's what happens next, man. Is you become a director. I can bring the
yeah,
military history for us to make the movie. I can be a
that would be
producer or
dope.
an actor, and that's how we make our millions.
Oh, that
Who
would be
wants to
dope.
fund that? That's for the audience. Who wants to fund that? Because we will fucking do it.
Oh yeah, and we won't be baked for it. I mean, I'll buckle
I
down and
mean, a
do it,
little
and
though.
when the movie comes out, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, Ben
Um.
Affleck and Matt Damon had to be fucking stoned when they were writing their movies. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would put maybe Matt Damon in that. He looks great. The Odyssey's gonna be great. Even though we've heard the story a million times, it's always
oh,
interesting
I
when a
can't wait, dude.
director takes a story you've heard a million times and gives it their little twist. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Christopher
That's
Nolan,
why I want
he
to
doesn't
see
have
the.
one bad movie.
No, he doesn't. He is fucking 10 out of 10,
I will
man.
say
Um,
I don't know if you've seen the movie Tenet, but I had to watch it like three
mm-mm.
times just to get it. It was so fucking confusing. But I don't know if
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
the
see that
movie or
one.
me, but yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that Finnish, the Finnish guy that kills Nazis. I'm gonna watch that movie tonight.
yeah, I saw that's on Netflix. I get the second one. I gotta see the second one. I got a movie rec for
Yeah,
you. Did you ever see Northman?
I think I did. Was that about the Vikings?
Fuck, did I lose him?
No, I'm here.
If I Oh, okay. Northman.
Yeah, was that about the Vikings?
Yeah. Yes.
You said he sounded like Wally.
Uh, did did you see it? I sound like Skippo.
Oh my god. You sounded like Wally. I'm like, Woody.
I know the internet's all clunky now.
Oh my
Oh
God, the
man, I'm
internet is
tired. Oh,
terrible.
reconnecting. Well, that's been the podcast. If this gets disconnected, I'm
Oh my
frustrated with the
gosh,
internet.
that's hilarious. That is too
I think
fucking
the
funny.
world is ending. But stay tuned for more episodes. This is great. Wealth of knowledge. This guy knows way more than me.
Nick like, wait, where were we? Alex, some do, some smoke, sometimes. Bake battlefield.